Spectaculars is a tabletop role-playing game where you and your friends create a comic book universe of your own, then play through 4 different campaigns with heroes and villains you design. Spectaculars uses the 100 AC system, the dice mechanic also used in the Dusk City Outlaws game. There are 3 kinds of dice used in this system: percentile dice, advantage dice, and challenge dice. All skills and powers in Spectaculars have a percentage chance of success. When you make an attack or check, you roll the percentile dice and try to roll under your chance of success. The percentile dice always determine your success or failure when making a roll. Your chance of success never changes no matter what the circumstances of the action you are attempting. When you make a roll of any kind, the narrator can add advantage dice and challenge dice to the roll. Advantage dice represent positive circumstances surrounding the roll, based on the situation your hero is in and the description you provide for your action. Some of the faces of an advantage die have the boon symbol on them, and some are blank. Boon symbols represent additional positive outcomes of the roll beyond success or failure in the primary task you are attempting. Challenge dice represent negative circumstances surrounding the roll. Some of the faces of a challenge die have the drawback symbol on them, and some are blank. Drawback symbols represent additional negative outcomes of the roll beyond success or failure in the primary task you are attempting. The narrator chooses how many advantage dice and challenge dice to add to your roll based on the number and impact of those positive and negative elements. You can have both advantage dice and challenge dice on the same roll, and you can have no more than 4 advantage dice and 4 challenge dice on a single roll. Additionally, some game mechanics automatically grant advantage dice or challenge dice on particular rolls. When you have determined how many advantage dice and challenge dice you will have on the roll, you roll all of the dice, including your percentile dice, at the same time. If you roll both boons and drawbacks, each boon cancels out 1 drawback and vice versa. The narrator then determines what happens based on the outcome of your roll. You may succeed or fail on your main task based on the percentile dice, then have additional positive or negative outcomes based on whether you rolled any boons or drawbacks. Additionally, the number of boons or drawbacks you roll can affect the severity of those additional outcomes. The more boons or drawbacks you roll on a single roll, the more impactful they are. Thus, you have a spectrum of possible results beyond simple success and failure. Here's a quick example of how such a roll might play out in Spectaculars. So you're doing your scientific research here.
Yep.
What kind of background do you have?
I mean, I'm an HR assistant, so but I have grown up with him, so I imagine there'd be some amount of intelligence just from being around it.
So I'd say this is a case where you're probably relying on your raw affinity for atomic energy.
That's what I was
more
thinking.
than anything else, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to let you roll your atomic energy control for this. I am going to give you 2 challenge dice because you are basically, you don't have a scientific background, but you're still trying to do analysis. I'm going to give you 1 advantage die though because you do have access to your grandfather's lab.
Okay. 78 with 1 drawback.
Yeah, so you're able to dig in to these devices a little bit, and you're sensing more than you're studying in a lot of ways. Unfortunately, as you're examining it, you actually end up breaking the device.